Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leslie and I'm so excited for all of these fall videos right now. If you missed it, last week I posted a video about fall bucket list ideas if you were on a budget. So this week I am doing Halloween costumes if you are on a budget, or just if you are very last minute on your Halloween costumes and you want something easy to throw together, you're in the right place. Also, many of these are school or work appropriate, so if you are an adult, man, woman, kid, a lot of these will apply to many people, so I hope you get some good ideas from this video. I did put some categories in case you want to skip around, so I'll put those in the description. So the very first category is going to be just classic costumes. So things like a cat. You can do DIY cat ears if you don't want to buy any, or you can just buy like a pair of cat ears, wear all black, tail optional, but whatever you want to do to dress that up. You can draw on some whiskers with eyeliner, really simple. The next one is very similar, but it's witch. So you wear all black and just have a witch's hat. You can DIY a hat or just buy it. You might luck out and find it at a thrift shop, but that's an easy one to put together. Ghost. This has got to be the easiest Halloween costume out there. Literally a sheet with holes in it. That's all you have to do. Zombie is another one. So you might have to buy some makeup, but honestly, if you have some makeup sitting around, you could probably just use some of your eyeshadow makeup just all around your eye if you have a dark color. So zombie should be pretty easy. If you don't want to rip holes in your clothes, which is understandable, you could always just thrift something cheap, tear it up a bit, easy zombie. Another one would be a bee. So just wear a yellow shirt, black pants, and put stripes on your shirt. You could either paint the stripes on or use maybe construction paper, possibly black tape, just something. I mean, wings are kind of optional. If you have the striped shirt, everyone's gonna know you're a bee. So burglar is the next one, and that's a really easy one. Black and white top, black pants, have a pillowcase that has a dollar sign on it. That's really all you need. So the next category is puns and wordplay. I haven't ever gone as a pun related costume, but when I see some of the ideas other people have, I'm always super impressed. So these are some I researched. The first one is a ceiling fan. So have a shirt that says "Go Ceilings" and have some pom-poms. Ceiling fan. Next is so simple, but it's Smartie pants. So literally have Smarties candies taped to your pants. A breadwinner. So this is really easy as well. Just have a medal or something around your neck, maybe a trophy if you don't have a medal, and just carry a loaf of bread. Breadwinner. Perfect. Next is deviled egg. So either wear white and yellow or have a white top with just paint a yellow circle in the middle of it to be an egg, and then wear devil horns. Opposite of that would be holy cow. So just wear black and white and have a halo. Also ghost rider. So the sheet, easy ghost costume sheet with holes cut out. Carry a pen and pencil with it. Carry a pen and paper and you are a ghost rider. The final one is identity theft. So have those name tags, the "hello, my name is" name tags, put a different name on each one and have them all over your body. Next is pop culture. So this is actually kind of a big category. So first I'm going to just talk about general characters that you can be. So if you look at a lot of TV shows and movies, a lot of characters have really simple outfits. So I'm just gonna name a list that I made here of ones that were off the top of my head. Friends characters would be a big one. I know people are really into like the Friends fashion, so a Friends character would be so easy. Stranger Things also. The Office, Scooby-Doo. Harry Potter wouldn't be too bad. Grease, so the movie Grease, especially Sandy with like her all black and everything. But anything Grease related, you could even do like the 50s poodle skirt or a greaser with a leather jacket. There's a lot of options there. Mean Girls, The Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park, Bob's Burgers, any of those cartoon shows would be really good. I remember there was one year I almost went as Meg Griffin, but I ended up just not dressing up at all because I had to work. But Meg Griffin would have been so easy because I had everything except for the hat and I was going to crochet it, but I just didn't have time. Kim Possible, so easy, just a black shirt and green pants. It's funny because I have green pants and whenever I wear a black shirt with it, my husband always calls me Kim Possible, so that would be an easy one for me. What else? Oh, Mario and Luigi would be pretty easy also. Arthur from the kids TV show. There's a lot of kids TV show characters that would be good. You could probably do the Wiggles pretty easily. I mean, it's literally endless options. That's why I stopped the list there, because I was starting to just list literally everything. But that's one, just look at the stuff you like. Even book characters would be a good one too. So I wore this shirt on purpose because last year I was Rosie the Riveter, and that was a really fun one. It was so simple. You just need a chambray shirt, jeans, maybe boots. I just wore my Chucks. Like, it was so easy to put together, and I made the sign that says we can do it. I did buy a little accessory kit, so it had the bandana and like a little pin that went on your shirt, and an iron-on that said Rosie. That is not at all necessary, but I just wanted it to be a little extra because I spend a little bit on Halloween. If it's under like 15 bucks, I usually don't mind because I like dressing up. An easy one would be Wednesday Addams. So just a black dress, white collar, and braids. If you happen to have a suit, Men in Black would be really easy, just sunglasses and a suit. Barbie is another simple one. You could do just a pink outfit, literally your Barbie. Clark Kent. Okay, so I have been Clark Kent for 3 years over the span of my life because Clark Kent is such an easy costume, and it's especially great if you have glasses. So I used to have such a hard time finding costumes where the glasses like fit into the costume, especially because I used to have black rimmed glasses. So now mine kind of blend into my face a little better, but the black framed glasses, those always stood out so much that I wanted it to be part of my costume. So Clark Kent was just such an easy one. All you do, put the t-shirt under a button up. If you have a blazer to go with it, that would be great. If not, not a big deal. One year I had a tie where I taped it up here so that it looked like my tie was like flying away as I was like ripping open my shirt. So that was a cool little touch that I liked. But again, you can go super simple with that one. And actually, even if you don't have an actual Superman t-shirt, you could probably just draw or paint the logo with fabric paint onto a white t-shirt. So another one is Where's Waldo? Waldo, just a striped shirt, jeans, hat, you're good to go. Also Matilda. So we were watching Matilda today and I was like, that would be a really easy costume. Just like a navy blue dress and then her red ribbon, maybe carry a couple of books, you're good to go. And this one is more niche, but because it's very similar to Matilda's outfit in a weird way, if you like Studio Ghibli, Kiki's Delivery Service, Kiki would be a pretty simple costume as well. So you could have some kind of black dress, black robe, and then a big red bow, carry a broom. If you have a stuffed animal cat or something, that would be an extra touch you could throw in there. But yeah, that's a simple one too. So the pop culture category was probably my favorite to put together, but I still have a lot more. So the next category is just regular everyday people. So these are pretty simple to throw together. So the first one is a librarian or a teacher. So you could have a midi skirt, you could have a cardigan, carry some books, glasses, simple. Also a tourist. I thought this was such a fun one. You could have a Hawaiian shirt, shorts, socks with sandals. If you have a camera, wear a camera with a strap on it. Do a belt bag, fanny pack type of deal. Tourist is pretty simple. Maybe sunglasses or a hat, up to you, whatever you have on hand. An overworked office worker. So this would be really easy since I have a ton of business casual clothes, but have a wrinkled shirt, messy hair, have a coffee in your hand, overworked. Also an artist. So this would actually be good for an artist costume as well. Just some kind of button-up shirt. Maybe have a palette, an artist palette. You could literally make one out of cardboard. Just cut out a palette shape and then maybe color a few different dots on there with different colors, carry a paintbrush. You could have a beret or some kind of slouchy hat also. And if you want that kind of extra touch, you could have paint splattered on your clothes, but you don't necessarily have to if you want to reuse your clothes. An easy one too would be a doctor or a nurse. Scrubs are so comfortable. If you can find some thrifted scrubs, or even if you choose to buy some, they definitely double as pajamas or just really cozy loungewear because they're so comfortable. So a nurse or something like that would be a good one also. Construction worker, if you have like a vest that's orange or the reflective colors, it would be easy to do. I don't know about a hard hat, but at least a reflective vest would be simple. A barista. So I actually worked at Starbucks a long time ago and I thought about just wearing my green apron out as my Halloween costume. I think that's another time I didn't dress up at all, probably because I was working. But if you have a green apron, carry around a coffee or a bag of coffee beans, you could easily be a barista. We're all black, that's usually their uniform. So that's a simple one too. Also a chef. So you could have an apron, maybe a chef's hat, carry a whisk or a spatula. And also bonus points if you have some Crocs. That would really pull the outfit together. And if you're a Bob's Burgers fan, then you are not too far off from what Bob is. So maybe just go as Bob. And then finally on this list is a detective. I've thought about this one as well, because all you need is a trench coat, a magnifying glass, and a notepad, and you are easily a detective. If you have some kind of cool hat, that would be awesome as well, but you really don't need it. So this next category is super last minute. So I really wanted to think of things that you may have on hand in case you're last minute invited somewhere and all you have is what you own. So to be honest, a lot of these can kind of fall into that category, but I wanted to just make an extra list for that. So an athlete or a yoga girly. So if you like to work out, have your sweatpants or your yoga outfit, carry a water bottle, a yoga mat, just whatever accessories you want. That's a simple one. Also a sleepyhead. So wear your pajamas, messy hair, maybe carry a pillow or I guess a coffee if you want to. Wear some slippers, something like that. And you could also just call yourself a tired parent. That would also work for that costume. Another simple one is a toga. So if you have a sheet, you can put together a toga. And then finally have a shirt that says error 404, costume not found. So you would need a way to write that on a shirt and then a shirt that you don't care to ruin. So if you have like sort of a, I don't know, just a random white shirt, you could probably write on it with a Sharpie. That would be really simple. Or maybe even have like write it on paper and tape it to your shirt. That would work too. So this next category is, it kind of fits with the use stuff that you have sort of mentality, but this is things that are easy to thrift. And like I said, a lot of these are probably pretty easy to thrift, but I wanted to have some specifically in this category. So for one, it is decade costumes. So things like someone from the 70s, 80s, 90s, Y2K, 60s, however far back you want to go. You can look at places like Poshmark, eBay, your local thrift store. You could easily find something to put together. Another is a hippie. So I was a hippie one year. It's so easy. Just a tie-dye shirt, bell bottoms, have some circle glasses, or you don't even need the glasses. I didn't have them. Maybe tie something like some kind of cord around your head. Yeah, really simple to put together. Just walk around giving everyone the peace sign, you're good to go. Next is a goth or punk. So this would be an easy one to thrift, especially if you were around in, I guess, the early 2000s. That's when I was a goth kid. It was the early 2000s. So just wear all black, maybe have some spikes on. If you're going more punk, maybe have some plaid pants or something. That would be a good one to throw together. One that I was going to be this year is a lumberjack. That one is so easy. You just need a flannel shirt and boots and jeans, and that is it. Maybe have if you can make an axe out of like cardboard and a dowel or something if you want to go a little extra, but you don't need to. I definitely like to DIY stuff out of like dowels and cardboard just because I always have those on hand and some paint. So that's why I keep throwing in if you want to DIY something. Next is nerd. So you just need a button-down shirt tucked into your pants, maybe pull your pants up higher than normal, suspenders, have some tape on glasses. If you don't wear glasses, Dollar Tree usually has reading glasses super cheap. So find some reading glasses, take the lenses out, and you're good to go. The next one, I guess it almost goes with the goth thing, but it's going to be a modern witch. So wear maybe dark clothes or jewel toned clothes, dark lipstick. So you'll also need some costume jewelry, especially stuff that's like gemstones or crystals. That kind of thing would be really good. Some of those like wire wrapped gemstone jewelry. Sometimes you can find stuff like that when you're thrifting. So definitely check out like big statement pieces when you're thrifting. A 70s disco star, you could do bell bottoms and a shiny top. If you have some platform shoes, I mean, those are really trendy right now, those really chunky platform shoes. So if you have those on hand, a disco star would be really easy. 90s grunge, that's not too far off from the lumberjack, to be honest. Like a plaid flannel shirt, ripped jeans, combat boots, which are also really trendy. So that would be easy. Next is prom queen or a pageant winner. So you just need a formal dress and then some kind of sash. You could also DIY the sash as well, or some kind of tiara sort of deal. You could throw something together with that. Rock star, so this is kind of similar to the grunge one, but maybe a leather jacket or faux leather jacket, ripped jeans, maybe a band t-shirt, something like that. I guess that one kind of depends on what genre you're going for. If you want like a 80s hair metal, or do you want a 90s grunge band? It just depends, or a punk band. Next is a grandma or grandpa. So things like a cardigan, maybe have a scarf wrapped and tied around your head. Just any kind of like old people clothes, something that makes you think grandma. This would be a good one if you crochet, make a shawl. That always makes me think grandma, even though there's some really pretty shawls out there, but that's like such a stereotype. That would be a good one too. Maybe again, if you can find like some Dollar Tree reading glasses, maybe put them on the end of your nose, something like that. The final one is farmer. So farmer, again, just a plaid shirt, overalls, super simple. So that is it for the list, sort of, but I wanted to throw in a few more things as well. So if you do want to buy a costume, or you're buying pieces for a costume, something to keep in mind is make it dual purpose. So make sure you can use it for more than one occasion. So there was one year where I bought a onesie, like a skeleton onesie for me and my daughter to be skeletons, but they were pajamas. So we just wore them for Halloween and then kept them as pajamas. So there are a ton of onesie pajama type costumes if you really want to buy something. And especially if you have like a toddler and you want to dress up together. I know Old Navy tends to have family costumes. That's where we got our skeletons. So like a skeleton, an animal, a pumpkin. I think there were dinosaurs as well. There are a lot of options out there for that. And this applies to a lot of the other pieces as well. So if you're thrifting a costume, I mean, it's probably cheap enough that you're okay just wearing it on one occasion, but try to look for pieces you might be able to wear more than once. That would be a good idea. It doesn't always happen like that, and that's okay. Maybe you can recycle a costume every couple of years or something. And then the final thing, what is my costume? So I'm actually going to the Renaissance Fair soon, and I wanted to buy a few pieces to help put together my outfit. I did make the skirt and thrifted the top, but I wanted to get a couple of other things. And the way I justified my expenses is that I would wear it to the Renaissance Fair and Halloween, so I can get more than one use out of it. So I am going as, I guess, a bar wench, or a general Renaissance fair lady. I don't know what I would call it. I think my costume is probably closest to like a bar wench or something. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then I'm not gonna lie, with my daughter, we have just been buying her costumes because she wears them so much that it's actually worth it. So last year we got her a Minnie Mouse costume. She wore it on Halloween and literally almost every day for the next 5 months. Every day when she got home from school, can I be Minnie Mouse? Okay, so she wore it all the time for dress up. So honestly, I don't mind buying her a costume just because she wears it until it falls apart. She just keeps wearing it, and then we donate it if it didn't fall apart. So this year she told me she wanted to be a cowgirl. I think it's because she likes Jessie from Toy Story, but I think she's gonna be a cowgirl. So anyway, let me know what you're gonna be, because I love hearing what people's costumes are. Just leave it in the comments and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out because I'm such a small channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.